welcome or welcome back to my channel. Josephine here. Today I want to share with you my Christmas gift guide for men. And so I have 10 fragrances here that I picked out which I think would be great to gift for Christmas for men. They're not in any particular order here, but these are just the fragrances that I feel are really luxurious and super nice to receive as gifts. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post out new videos. And let's get right into the video. So the first fragrance on my list is Irish Leather by MEMO. This fragrance is a stunning leather scent and it's really elegant and sophisticated. Now, just in general, MEMO is such a great fragrance house to reach out for when you want to gift in general, but especially for Christmas, it's wonderful as well. It is, in my opinion, 100% worth the money. It is more on the expensive end. This fragrance is pretty much on par, if not a bit more expensive than, for example, Baccarat Rouge from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, so it's quite up there, but 100% worth the money. The packaging is stunning. All of the fragrances have actual plates, metal gold plates. They're not gold, but they're metallic plates on the bottle, so I'll show you one. I have one here. There you go. This is my own fragrance, La Libella. You can see here that this plate is really nice, this beautiful design. It is just super luxurious, and also there's wonderful storytelling, of course, but the scents are really high quality. So Irish Leather, as I said, is a leather scent, and it is not going to give you car seat leather vibes at all. It's really refined. So the notes in here are juniper berries, there's tonka bean, amber, birch, there's also some pink pepper, and clary sage and iris. So when you first spray the fragrance, you get a very cold, bitter freshness that comes from the juniper berries, which initially kind of reminds me of a bit of a gin and tonic feel, but then the fragrance develops into this really suave, refined leather scent. It is really gentleman-like, I feel. This fragrance is unisex, but I would say unisex leaning more towards masculine, and it is a great scent to wear all of year round. It's very versatile and it's a perfect, I think, signature scent as well. So if you want to give someone something that is really nice and you know that they like leathery scents, then I would go for this one. Then we have Palo Santo by CARNER Barcelona. Now, CARNER Barcelona is a Spanish niche brand, which is a really nice house that does niche in a way that is not too complicated to understand, but you do get fragrances that are very unique. So they're very approachable scents. And Palo Santo is a really nice woody gourmand fragrance. So I bought this sample actually from Bloom Perfumery in London, which is a niche perfume store where you can purchase samples before getting the full-size product, which I think is great. So there's caramel in here, tonka bean, vetiver, gaiac wood, cedar wood, and it has a rum accord. For some reason, when I smell this, I get sort of a hot milk effect, but it's also, so it's a bit sweet, but it's also really smoky, and I pick out a lot the cedarwood and vetiver, and it smells really, really good. So this is for somebody who is really into niche and perhaps wants to explore different directions and wants to experiment with fragrances. This person needs to like woods because this is a very woody scent, and also some gourmand scents, because like I said, there's caramel in here which gives it a very distinct sweetness. Then we have, of course, a Chanel fragrance, because Christmas wouldn't be without Chanel. So we have ALLURE HOMME, the original Eau de Toilette. This fragrance was part of my top 5 favorite fragrances for men, which I'll also link down below. This is such a classic scent, and it is so giftable for Christmas. This is a no-brainer. If you want to get a fragrance for someone special, for someone that you really like, this is just a classic. And I feel like this is an essential to have in any fragrance wardrobe because it is such a versatile scent. It has notes of coriander, mandarin, labdanum, tonka bean, cedar, and black pepper. So it's an oriental woody scent. It is stunning. It is a very Chanel scent. It's really high quality and premium. It's a very sexy scent, but very laid back sexy, so you're really not trying too hard when you wear this. There's a certain crystalline feel because of the coriander and the mandarin. It's a bit fizzy, but the tonka bean and labdanum really warms your skin and makes it ultra sexy. So this is a great everyday scent. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's also, I think, great for the office, so super, super versatile and a great signature scent. Then we have Vodka on the Rocks by Kilian. Now this fragrance I have a little sample of as well, and it is a really beautiful, fresh, woody scent. So it is a freshie, and yes, there's a lot of freshies out there in designer that I have heard are just as good as this, but I find that this is just really luxurious, and Kilian is so giftable. The packaging is amazing, and it would make a wonderful gift for Christmas. I actually first discovered this scent on one of my friends. He has the best taste in fragrances, I have to say. He wore this over the summer and he smelled really, really good. So I would 100% recommend this for guys. And this fragrance has notes of coriander, rose, aldehydes, cardamom. There's also lily of the valley, sandalwood, and oak moss. So I sprayed a little bit on my hand, and I'm gonna spray a bit more actually, because why not? So it's really fresh, and I definitely get this cold iced vodka vibe to it. I get that in the opening. And interestingly enough, what's really prominent, at least to my nose, is the lily of the valley, and it adds a floral greenness that is really nice. And then during the dry down, I get a lot of oak moss, which makes it, to me personally, I find that oak moss is quite masculine, so it makes it very, very masculine. And I suspect that there is ambroxan in here. And if you don't know, I'm obsessed with ambroxan, so this is a winner in my cards because I love it. I think it would be a great summer scent, a great scent to wear during the day or during the night when it's super warm, and an overall fantastic gift for men. Next up, we have Black Afghano by NASOMATTO. Now, this fragrance is notoriously known to smell like weed, but it's done in such a nice, sophisticated way. It has a hint of the smell of marijuana, but then it has so much more to it. So it is a very unique scent. It's an oriental woody scent, and one that I personally like so, so much. And I would probably wear it too, but it smells amazing on men, so that's why I'm recommending it as a gift for men. There's a lot of different notes in here. I actually sprayed it in Harrods a few days ago on this piece of fabric, and it still smells incredibly strong, so it tells a lot on the longevity. It smells just amazing. Wow, wow, wow. So like I said, there's lots of notes in here, and the ones I pick out the most are saffron, oud, incense, raspberry, and violet. When you first spray it, it's quite a mysterious scent. It's a mysterious woody scent that is a bit green and a bit herbal, and then in the dry down it becomes really powdery and clean. So it's woody, powdery, clean, and just gorgeous. So it has this mysterious side, it's a bit dark and really sexy, and I think this is a great winter scent to add to a collection as well. The sixth fragrance I have for you guys is Cologne Absolute by Tom DAXON. Now this fragrance is such a unique cologne scent. I have never smelled a cologne like this before, and it is cologne with a twist. So there's notes of bergamot, neroli, tarragon, violet leaf, patchouli, and lots of other ingredients. But what makes it so special is this tarragon note, because tarragon just brings it to a whole new level. So yes, the fragrance is citrusy, it's also a little bit floral, but the tarragon adds a bit of like an anise feel or licorice side that is mysterious and aromatic and just really addictive. It makes it highly addictive, and it's a scent that you want to smell over and over again. And I think that it's coming from the tarragon. It's also a really unusual ingredient in perfumery. I haven't smelled a fragrance that includes that note before. Perhaps there's one on the market, but anyways, not to my nose. So I sprayed this fragrance on this blotter a couple of days ago. It still smells so, so strong. So the longevity on this perfume is insane, and it smells really good. So this fragrance is for the cologne lover out there, but one that wants to have something a little bit different. Next we have Mont Blanc Explorer by Mont Blanc. Now this scent has had so much hype around it because it is a dupe for Aventus by Creed. And Aventus by Creed, for those of you who don't know, is probably one of the, if not the best-selling niche scent for men of all time. There's so much hype around it, everyone is obsessing over it, it has amazing longevity, and it just smells really good and gets you a lot of compliments. Now, I wanted to include Mont Blanc Explorer by Mont Blanc in this list because I realized I have talked a lot about niche fragrances and I wanted to give you an affordable alternative to niche, and especially an affordable alternative to Creed Aventus. So Mont Blanc Explorer is very similar to Creed Aventus. It's a woody aromatic scent and it has notes of vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, clary sage, and a few other ingredients in there too. Now the only difference that it has with the Aventus from Creed is in the opening. So in the opening it lacks that juicy fruitiness that comes from the pineapple and mixed with citruses. But however, in the dry down, it's very similar to Aventus. So overall, except for the first a couple of hours that you spray the fragrance and you smell it, the Mont Blanc Explorer is practically identical to Creed Aventus in the dry down and in the wear. So the sillage will be quite similar. This is why I recommend it. Just to give you an idea pricing wise, for 100 ml, the Mont Blanc Explorer is £72 versus Creed Aventus, which is $265. So it's up to you which one you want to choose, but I wanted to include an affordable option in this list, so that's why I would recommend Mont Blanc Explorer. So I have 3 fragrances left to talk to you about, and one of them is Tonka 25 by Le Labo. So I've already talked about this fragrance in my top 10 men's perfumes for autumn and winter time. It is a fantastic scent for this time of year. Tonka 25, you would think, is a tonka bean scent. Yes, there's tonka bean in here, but it's more about the other ingredients, so it's quite woody. So in here we have tonka bean, but there's also cedarwood, orange blossom, styrax resins, musk, and vanilla. And when you first spray this, you get more of the woods than you do of the tonka. The tonka is more there as a supporting role, adding a very light sweetness, whereas the woods, so cedarwood, is really prominent. And the cedarwood in here isn't going to give you a pine forest feel. It's dry, it's clean, it's fresh, and with the tonka bean together, it creates a very comforting scent. And this fragrance is also really musky, and it really is a scent that just wraps around you like a warm blanket and perfect for the winter time. Then we have Black Saffron by BYREDO. So this is like a sample from a discovery set that I recently purchased from BYREDO, but the full-size bottles look like this. So really cute packaging and minimalistic, which I love. Black Saffron is an oriental scent, and this is a fragrance for a friend, a partner, a family member that loves oriental heavier scents. But this one is a fresh oriental, so this is a great addition to their collection if they want to wear this fragrance during maybe the warmer months, because like I said, it's quite a fresh oriental. Black Saffron has lots of different notes in it, but the ones to my nose that are the most prominent is saffron, raspberry, and leather. And it is such a nice scent, guys. It's really sexy, but fresh. Saffron love. There's a lot of saffron in here. I would definitely go in store to check it out for yourself if it's not for gifting, because it is a very good BYREDO scent. And the last scent that I have for you guys is The Tragedy of Lord George by PENHALIGON'S. Now this fragrance is part of the Portraits collection, which personally is my favorite collection from PENHALIGON'S. It's the collection that has these animal heads, and I actually have a fragrance here that I've already talked about. It is The Revenge of Lady Blanche, and Lord George is has a similar animal head, but it's a deer. So it looks really, really cool. The packaging is super luxurious and they're really collectible as well. So very great gift. With all of the characters within the Portraits collection, there's a story that goes behind it, and I just want to read to you what the story is behind this fragrance because I just think it's so cool and really fun and different. So, the tragedy of Lord George. Lord George is a wealthy and respected man, the archetypical patriarch. He seems to embody the noblest values of aristocracy: virtue, respect, loyalty, and faithfulness. His fragrance reflects his essence, seemingly traditional yet hidden with secrets. The flesh is weak. And it's true, it is a traditional fragrance, but it's made in a really, really nice way. So the notes in here are brandy, shaving soap, and tonka bean. And you probably know by now that I love tonka bean. I have a bit of a weakness for this note in fragrances in general. So when you first spray Lord George, you get a very similar greenness and a bit of a bitterness that is similar to the Revenge of Lady Blanche, because this is quite a green scent as well, initially only. And then as it dries down, it develops a bit of a soapy character, but you get a really nice sweetness coming from the tonka bean. So it's a bit powdery, soapy, and a bit gourmand. And what's really nice is I smelt it on a friend of mine and he smelled amazing, and he wore it during the night, and it is for sure more of a nighttime scent in my opinion, and it is very gentleman-like. I've mentioned that Memo, the first fragrance I talked about today, Irish Leather, is also for gentlemen. This is another gentleman-like fragrance, but with this one I feel that it's more for the nighttime, whereas the one from Memo it can be, you know, worn during the day and during the night. And I would recommend Memo if you're more into leather, and then if you're more into more traditional fragrances that you just want to smell good, I would recommend Lord George by Penhaligons. So this was it for my Christmas men's list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye! If you'd like to see more detailed fragrance reviews, make sure you check out my blog at jusderose.com and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any posts. I also create healthy dessert recipes inspired by fragrances and some candle DIY projects where I share the exact perfume formula so you can recreate them at home. Thanks again for watching!